Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jesus Conde, and today we're going to be drawing more of the page 66 on my graphic novel. So yeah, let's get started. So on the last episode we were doing the center frame of this page, and now we're gonna continue with the one on the top and the one on the bottom. As you can see, I have my the original webtoons frame that I draw for my webtoons, and then I did a small sketch in blue lines for the things that I wanted to change or improve, and now I'm basically just drawing on top of all that. I'm using my character pencil brush, which is a brush that is in my tool set, and now I'm just basically just tracing a lot of the sketch that I did in blue, or doing a better line art for it. It's not really that much difficult than everything that we have done before. In this case, because the fairies are a little bit bigger, I do need to pay more attention. And in this one, I'm using the outline kind of a brush that I created, and it works really well for, making those characters pop up a little bit. These ones, because these are bigger, but it's not like a close-up, I can still make them a little bit rough, and I'm basically just cleaning them up a tiny bit just to make them appear more high-res and better drawn than the original one. Like in this case, just completing the hand a little bit more goes a long way, especially because when I see it printed, sometimes I print these pages to see how they look in print. They usually look way better than in the computer. In the computer, you still can zoom in a lot and you're gonna see the image in a different way, but when you see it on physical media, they do look like, for some reason, like if they were more detailed or something. It looks pretty cool. And as I said before, this is basically just a pass on quality for these pages. Some of them I've added new frames completely that didn't exist before, but for the most part it's basically just redrawing a lot of the original frames that I did for my webtoons, which is available for free. You can read it on there's a link in the description to read the webtoons, and yeah, it's totally free. Just know that a lot of the stuff have changed for this new version that I'm creating, that is like a remaster, and basically just adding more to the story. Some things are just difference in the drawing part, like this, like just better drawings overall, and also narratively differences. I haven't really touched the text too much for the what's gonna be the printed version, other than the new pages, and there's gonna be a little bit of change, but not too much. But the story in general is gonna be the same. I'm just gonna add some stuff that feels like it was unanswered on the original webtoons that I'm still creating, by the way. It is not finished at all, and this printed version is gonna be based on just the first season, which is till chapter 9 on the webtoons, and right now I think we are on chapter 20, I believe. So there's a whole more story to read, to be honest. It's quite more, and I don't know what I'm gonna do when I finally have to do the second season printed version. It's gonna be a huge book, but for this one I think it's good enough for the quantity of pages it's gonna have. It's right now around I kind of put it all together to be around 100 pages, so it's gonna be fun to finish it. Right now we're page 66, which is incredible that I've done this process of redrawing and remastering everything 66 times. It could be less, but I've just added, I think I've added so far like 4 or 5 new pages, which is, it doesn't sound like much, but in the context of webtoons, I think it will be like adding 2 entire chapters or something like that, I think, because the one of the first season were like way smaller chapters. Some of the chapters on the second season of my webtoons are around 100 drawings, and that's a lot of drawings sometimes to do on a month. And right now it's gonna be in a standby. I made a promise to myself that it was gonna finish this printed version thing, or at least the remastered, because I'm thinking about putting it on Kindle first instead of the printed version. I told myself that I was gonna finish this printed version first before continuing with the second season. It's gonna be tricky because some people are actually waiting for next chapters on the second season, but I think I need to do this. I need to just focus on one thing. Right now, my work, I work daily on I have my daily job, which is a concept artist on a video game called Arc, and we're under heavy fire with tasks. There's a lot of work to do, and I don't want to be like jumping around, working a little bit on my comic, then my webtoons, and then work. It's gonna be way too much. So I think I'm gonna minimize the personal stuff for a couple of months. In this case, that's gonna translate into just doing the printed version, and once we are not so heavy on the amount of work, I could definitely jump back and do a little bit of the webtoons again. But I think it's gonna be interesting. I've never published anything in Amazon or any store other than Gumroad, and I'm also thinking about Gumroad for this as a PDF. Maybe I don't know how many people will be interested in that, or if they prefer to be on Kindle. But I'm definitely gonna try as many ways of self-publish until eventually I can find like a publisher or something to get it printed, because I don't think it will be a good idea to print it by myself. But anyway, what else can I tell you? I really hope you like this kind of process. I know it's not a huge deal. Like, I'm basically just redrawing things and just showing the process of me remaking these drawings to be more pretty. Is not a big deal, but I guess some people might be interesting, and I definitely recommend. It sounds like a lot of work, but I definitely recommend if you wanted to do a comic, I will definitely recommend what I was doing, which is putting up a webtoon first. See how people react to it. People is gonna give you a lot of feedback. Even not saying anything is a lot of feedback. But if you get some comments and get some people interested, they will tell you what's good, what's not, what's missing, what they feel like should be good. Not that you have to take all of the ideas that they give you, but you can definitely benefit from the reactions. One of the things that is really helpful to me is I have a couple of friends that are streamers, and I ask them to read them on their stream, and I can see people's reaction to the reading and also their reaction. And some of the new pages that I have on this remastered version are actually coming from the reactions that I got from the people. Like, some parts they didn't really understand what was going on, so I'm really benefiting from that. So making a webtoons first is definitely a good idea if this is the first time that you do a comic, I feel like, because it's gonna give you that feedback that you need from the community, for the people that reads and everything. Some of the things that I really got from it was some ideas were not super clear, so the comments and the reactions from my friends that read it on live streams were really helpful for me to decide which things needed to be changed for this final remastered version. Stuff like some of the culture of the fairies, like some stuff that they do is not really clear for the people and why they do it. So I was able to catch that and put it into the comic again in this remastered version, so people can have a little bit more of information, I guess, and also just polishing parts of the story that were kind of missing. Like some stuff I had to rush to make it faster. The chapters turns out needed to be explained more, and those kinds of things are really helpful for sure. Also, I think the amount of people that read the comic is not really a metric that will tell you if your comic is good or not, or I guess popularity matters for the comic, like how many people reads it. But I think you cannot think about that too much, because sometimes the comics that get really popular are, I don't know, they're just, it's not because they're better drawn for sure. Like I've seen way simpler drawings that get a lot more attention. There's something about the story that catches the attention. Definitely color helps. For like a lot of people have told me, man, if it was in color I will be more eager to read it, but I don't like this all in black and white. Yeah, it's just taste. But if I did this comic in color, man, I will be spending double time at least. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you like it, and see you on the next one.